Welcome, 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 everyone. We are back to the EBM Scholars Live. I haven't been able to be live for quite some time now. We are back again. Today, I'll be here giving some news and updates, answering any person's question. If you have any question, go ahead and put your question there, and that will be the time to go ahead and answer your questions. As I've been saying over and over, the green card lottery results are out, and you just check once. If you check once and you find out you have won, you have won. If you check the results and you find out you didn't win or you are not among the people who have been selected, I'm sorry, but don't lose hope. You need to continue to apply for the DV lottery, but at the same time, you need to look for other opportunities. Don't start looking for excuse. Don't start finding someone to blame that, oh, maybe the day I was filling the form, I took a shower maybe at 6 p.m. instead of 7 p.m. Don't look for any type of excuse. It just happens. You applied, you are not among the people who have been selected. So for that particular case, no way out. You have to get ready for the next chapter. The upcoming DV lottery will be in October. Get ready for that. So before I go on, I would like to ask a few things. Number one, please subscribe to my YouTube channel in case you haven't been able to subscribe. Number two, for those who speak Swahili language, I have another YouTube channel, which is youtube.com/EBM Swahili. Over there are different type of content. Some they are related, but in Swahili language. So if you're from Kenya, you're from Tanzania, you're from Burundi, Rwanda, and all other countries who and you speak Swahili, please do so. And obviously, we have the EBM Scholars itself, the channel here. For those who have been able to send me messages on Instagram, either on my EBM signature account or EBM Scholars account, I haven't been able to answer all people at once because I have unread over 2,000 messages since the results are out, and I have so many emails I've been receiving, and there are so many comments. So I'm trying my best to be able to answer the people. I don't want to read the question or to read someone's response and not be in a position to go ahead and answer someone. So it takes time. So I'm sorry for those people who haven't been able to go back and answer them. And for those who have been looking for scholarship opportunities, you have to go to my website. Usually I post the information about scholarships on that particular website, which is ebmscholarships.com. You can be able to find me there. And then from there, we are going ahead to answer now some of the questions people have been asking. Mostly will be immigration updates, news, whether it be green card lottery and the other places you have been able to be. Okay, let me start with the Stevie Bill giving much love. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Yes, and then we have Brenda Shivachi. Good morning from Kenya. Brenda, you're from Kenya. I don't know whether you have been able to subscribe to my other Swahili YouTube channel. You have to do so if you haven't done so. Then there is good morning from Elizabeth Eli, or here at my time zone, it is 12:45 a.m. So it is the midnight. I'm doing live for 1 hour, and then I will start working at 2 a.m. I'll be working until 7 a.m. today. Ruthie, you were saying, hey, EBM, hello, how are you? Ruthie Wambui, I believe you are from Kenya. Good morning from Cameroon, Makeke Isong. Thank you. Rebecca, good morning. Thank you so much. From Nairobi, Naomi Ndungwa. Thank you so much, Naomi. Some people they call Naomi, some people they call Naomi. So if I mispronounce your name, I'm so sorry for that. Okay, so let me start with the first question. With the is a green card related question. My question, the question comes from Stevie Bill. The question is, here's my question: how do you get the police clearance of the countries you have traveled to? Should you go to their embassy in your country? So that is a very good question, because each country has a different way on how you can be able to process their police clearance. There are some of the countries you can apply the police clearance directly from their police website. So you can go to the police website of the particular country, depending each country. I'm giving an example. I'm not so sure. Let's say you have been to England. You can apply the police clearance. I'm giving an example. I'm not so sure that that's what they do, but you can apply directly from their police website. They can give the instruction on how you can be able to get the police clearance record. Some of the countries, they want you to be physically to do the fingerprint. Some of the countries, you can just, if you are already out of the country, you don't need to do anything because they know you don't have any updated information. Already you have done the fingerprint maybe when you are coming and when you are leaving. So what you can do is go to the country and look on the website, the police, what are the procedures. They can say you can apply direct to their website. That will be number one way. And number two will be you can get through the embassy of that particular country in your country, depending on what the relationship you have between those two countries and the embassy. They can be able to facilitate. If it's the fingerprint they can do from that country, they can be able to do that. If it is very difficult for whatever reasons, if it requires you to travel back to that particular country, I advise you to do so. Because if you don't get the police clearance, you will not be given the visa. That is something the US embassy, the consular officer, will never give an excuse of that, because they cannot compromise the US security to bring someone who they are not so sure of. That's why you have to do the fingerprint. So there is no excuse for that. And who needs to do the police clearance is any person above the age of 16. So if you are the DV lottery winner and maybe you have a child, the child is 17 years old, the child will be required to have the to do the police clearance. And the countries you have been is the countries you have been there for 6 months and above. So if you went to country A and you stayed in that country A for 5 months and 25 days, is not official, is not 6 months, you don't need to have the police clearance. So the police clearance is the country you have been for 6 months and above, and for people who are the age of 16 years and above. So that is about the police clearance. So there is no excuse. You must get it. Do whatever it takes. Even if you'll be going to that particular country, without that, there is no excuse. You will never be given the police. You will not be given the visa. Abdiaziz from Kenya. Good morning from Turkey. Sadiq, thank you. Kayonga Otis, NDV Lottery 20, NDV 2020 updates, please. The DV 2020, up to now, I don't have any specifics. Still is unknown. The court hasn't done, provided the final decision on that. And even if it's going to be done, it has to provide specific guidelines and force the government through the Department of State to make sure that they are going to provide the remaining visas for the people who are 2020 winners. But as I've been saying over and over, it doesn't matter who is in power. People are thinking that just because Joe Biden becomes the president or just because democracy comes to power, everything will be easy. When it comes to the law is very clear, saying after September 30th, that is the end of the fiscal year. If it's the end of the fiscal year, it means they are not going to give the DV lottery visas anymore. In order to do that, the court must force them to do that. Apart from that, it doesn't matter whether the president is Biden, the president is Trump, or the president is me. It doesn't change anything. That is the law. And the same situation we are going to face in the DV 2021. We hope DV 2021 is facing the same similar situation. DV 2022, we hope they are not going to face anything of that nature. Cedric from Cameroon. Thank you. Okay, there is a question from Sachin. The question says, I'm a DV lottery winner of DV 2021. My case is still at NVC. My case number is Asia. That is 15,500, around that number. when will I get my second notification letter? Will I have a chance for the interview? That is a very good, tough question at the same time. Usual, let's say there is the issue of immigration suspension, it didn't happen, which it didn't affect. I'm assuming it is a normal time, there is no pandemic, there is nothing, everything is normal. Basically, if you are 15,000 case number from Asia, that is still a very good number. In Asia, starting from 25,000, that is a number you start being worrying a lot. But with the 15,000 from someone from Asia, with the current pace, I do not know when will be the interview. But if I can guess, because I'm guessing because everything is unknown, you'll be able to get the interview maybe in August or in September itself. Meaning, yes, your case number is already under the visa bulletin is now current, but because there are very few people have been scheduled for the interview at the moment, so that delay for people from September, people from October last year, November, December, January, February, and March, they were not interviewed. So up to now, that's the first priority people who are getting the interview. So for your case of 15,000, probably, as I said, you'll be able to get your second notification letter will be by July, so that you can go in August, or you can get in end of June to do in end of July, but most likely to be in August is your interview. So you'll get the notification, second notification letter, the interview date, either end of June or mid of July. That is when you'll be able to be given your confirmation. I mean, the date for sure, when will be your interview date. But for the people who are in the DV 2022, they might not have the bigger problem like people in DV 2021, because DV 2021, you lost the first 5-6 months, no interview because of the suspension. And now they open, but still there is pandemic. So the US embassies around and consulates around the world, they have to operate basing on the situation of the COVID status of your country, and they have to follow the United States guidelines when they operate, the 650 apart, whatever, all those kind of things they have to do. So that's why it's something which is not taking a major chance for the DV lottery winner. In addition to that, when in May they provided what we call prioritization of the immigrant visas, they say they are going to focus more on the immigrant visa. That means people who are getting green card versus people who are getting non-immigrant visa. Non-immigrant visa like tourist, student, whatever, those are not a priority. So with the priority being these visas which are green card visa, but unfortunately the V lottery is the last category. They start with the people with the marriage, people with the fiancé visa. They are looking for people with the family, like parents, whatever, of the US citizen. That is the number one priority, and the last priority, unfortunately, is the DV lottery winners. There is this very good question from someone, from Alex Gathawai Hinya. And the question is, hi EBM, I applied for a job in Canada and I got the offer letter. Is there any hotel group called Sandman Hotel Group? Is it a genuine hotel? Please let me know. So this is something I want to explain to people about Canada. The funny part, I knew about this, the hotel, this kind of Sheraton hotel, whatever. They make, oh, this is a group of hotel, and they have very good email. They have nice pictures showing all these good things. And in the end, is it true or not true? So I'm going to explain to what I understand and to what about the life overseas, how it is, the reality, and then I'll give you the chance for you to be the judge whether that hotel is correct or not correct, or is the genuine hotel or is a scam. Number one, the hotel with that name might be there. It's just like a hotel called Sheraton or Holiday Inn. if someone is going to create a scam, obviously will use the name of the hotel which is there. There is no problem with that. But what I want people to remove in their mind is the concept they have. Oh, Canada is so easy to go. It is easy to get the job in Canada because the population of Canada is so small. They need people all over the world. Please give me a break on that. Population of Canada is about 36 million. Yes, if you consider the size of the land of Canada and population, it looks small. Population of California is higher than the population of Canada. But remember, Canada, there are so many places people don't live. It's just like here in the US. If you go in the rural area, there are no people living here. You can go in certain places, you can buy even 10 acres for $2 because nobody live, no people, there are so many people are away from maybe the desert part of Arizona. So it doesn't mean that just because there is empty space, even if you go to Tanzania, you go to Kenya, you can drive certain places, there are no person lives in that particular area. It doesn't mean that it is easier to go. It doesn't mean that Canada, they have what they call the merit-based immigration. It means you apply, they don't have the randomly selection of the DV lottery like in the US. So you cannot say just because the US has green card lottery, you cannot say, oh, in the US, the population is so small, it is easier to go just because they do random selection. In Canada, they do around 50 to 60 or 100,000 people per year to get permanent residence through what we call the merit-based. So the letter you have, it will tell you the salary. The salary, they will tell you, oh, you come here to work in the hotel and your salary is $4,000 US. Do you know how much is 4,000 in America or in Canada? That's a lot of money. Do you know a teacher who is teaching at primary school or high school with their degree or masters, they don't get more than $5,000 per month? Do you know university professors here, they make $5,000 to $6,000 per month? And you want to tell me someone you come to wash in the hotel, to clean the hotel, they give $4,000, $5,000. Even myself, even if I'm a US citizen, I can go to Canada. Many people will be moving from US to go to Canada, if that is true. You cannot go and work on the general labor job and get paid $5,000. To get $2,000, yes, you can make $2,000. I agree, because that is average $18 per hour. I mean, $18 per hour. Yes, you can get that one. But to go to Canada and they tell you these hotels, you are going to get oh, sorry. So sorry. I have to change something. So sorry, everyone. Okay. I'm so sorry. Okay. Is my alarm clock because I'm getting ready. I was supposed to wake up this time to get ready. So it is 1. So yeah, so these hotels, you have to be very careful with them, because in most cases they are not true, because the amount of the money they are telling you will give this amount of money, will give a place to stay. Even Canadians, they want that job. Because remember, these are minimum, going to work in the hotel, work in the security. Those jobs are $10 per hour. Those jobs are $12 per hour. The maximum will get to be $15 per hour. You will never go to this kind of job. They give you $5,000. No. $4,000. No. Even professors in Canada, they don't get that one. University student with a scholarship, they get $1,500 or $2,000. No university PhD student gets that much of money. Why should they give you a person who is going to work in the hotel? So in most cases, these hotels are kind of scam. If they are able to process for you, tell them to process, but don't send them even a single dollar. Because in order to get a job in these countries while you're out of the country, yes, that company has to give you a job offer, has to apply for you to prove to the government of Canada, government of US, or whatever government that this job needs someone who is so expert, and we don't enough citizens who have this kind of expertise. That's why we are going to import someone from another country. So telling me the job in the hotel, how does that job in the hotel be so special? That means no people in Canada can be able to do that kind of job. No. So likelihood might be a scam. It might be true. Go ahead, but don't send the money to anybody. Don't send the money to Western Union, to whatever the case. If you send the money, you are toasted, it's gone. I've already answered about the V 2020, that up to now, nothing's going on. What occupation do I indicate on DSC 260? I've just completed my O-level in Kenya. That means finish high school. So currently, before you start feeling that one, you cannot feel that because I believe you finished even a month ago. So if you have finished your school, you cannot say I'm jobless. Just go to volunteer place and put that you have started working in a place. Just use your common sense that yes, they need high school, but just go to such a volunteer somewhere that you put, okay, currently I'm just finishing my school, but I'm also at the same time, I'm just also volunteering on this company or this organization. Please, Ahmed, you were saying, please tell me that what I'm doing. I live in Ethiopia and I'm the V winner for 2021. After submitting the SC226, there is no answer. Another feedback from KCC. KCC will send you the anything after when your case number is nearby. If they haven't asked you for if they haven't asked you for the what? If they haven't asked you for the documents, basically your case number is very, very high. There are so many people with the case number from 25,000, 30,000. They haven't been received even email about the documents yet. So there's nothing you can do. They will be able, even if you email them, they are going to do nothing. So just wait until the time comes, depending on your case number, they will be able to do that. Let me answer this question in detail about the high case number for the DV 2021 winners. This question comes from Pascal Luz. Hello, EBM. How are you doing? Please, sir, we, the DV 2021 winners, are in the total confusion. We do not know the way forward again. I'm the DV 2021 winner with the case number AF 40,000. Sir, will I by any means have a chance to be interviewed? That is a very good question. Let me answer in an honest way. Up to this moment, for case number in Africa, they haven't reached 10,000 DV lottery winners. The last time I checked, the 7,000 are now into getting the schedule. I'm not so sure. I haven't followed in these 2-3 days ago. But if they haven't interviewed or scheduled the interview for 10,000 number, there is no way, there is no any magic they will use to reach 40,000 by the end of September. That is to be realistic. In order that to happen, number one, the Department of State should change the requirement that because at the moment, in order to attend immigrant visa, the visa which you are going to be given a green card, like green card lottery, fiancé, whatever, you must appear in person. With the pandemic, there is a restriction of how many people can be at the US Embassy, wherever you are, if you're in Ethiopia, whether you're in Nairobi, whether you are in Accra, Ghana, whatever country you are. So there will be a very slow process, unless otherwise they allow to do the interview on the visual interview. Maybe people will be able to take the documents by hand and submit it to the US Embassy, but they will be interviewed. A lot of people will be interviewed through the online, whether it will be Zoom or whatever system they'll be able to put. If they do that, it will be able to have a lot of people to be interviewed very, very fast. But without that, the interviews to reach 40,000, 50,000 by the end of September. Remember, the month of June is May is over. Now we have June, July, August, September, 4 months. That means in each month to interview 10,000 people is very difficult, because April and May, yes, they have tried to go nearby 10,000, but let's hope for the best, but prepare for the worst. And the other option is there is a lawsuit. With the lawsuit, there will be a possibility of winning. That means the interview can be extended beyond the end of the fiscal year, beyond of September 30th. That means they can say maybe until December or something like that, or until they reach the maximum number of visas, which is 55,000 visas to be issued. So at the moment, in a normal pace, there is no chance. But if the rate of COVID is going to be reduced in other countries, the interviews go so fast, the KCC is going to schedule more interviews, possible, yes. But the lawsuit, I believe it will be able to extend the interviews to go beyond the end of the fiscal year. When am I supposed to send my DSC 260? Naomi, as soon as possible, as long as you have everything, submit. Don't submit the DSC 260 while maybe you are married and you don't have the your spouse doesn't have the passport. Make sure that if you are married, make sure you have passport. Yourself, if you have your children, make sure they have passport so that you can complete the full application and submit. There is no rush to go and submit and then asking them, can you unlock to me? And then they don't unlock in 10 days, you get another stress. So just take your time, but as long as you have everything, do that. Thank you. Good morning from, okay, let me quickly go to other people. I have lost my email that I applied for the green card. What should I do? Nothing can do. Did you, by losing, if you lose the email, but are you able, do you still have your case confirmation number? Are you able to see your results? But if you have lost the confirmation number and you lost your email, you can never retrieve it, because in order to retrieve the confirmation number, you must have the email you used to apply. But if you have lost, you cannot access the email, what you can do, you can go and try to retrieve your email. There is a way on how you can be able to access your email. Good morning. Oh, sorry again. So sorry, everyone. So sorry. Yeah, is my alarm. Yeah, is my alarm going on to remind me I have a few minutes to continue to be live. Okay, there is a question from Steve Bill. The question is, if you are done with the interview, get the visa today, you've got the visa today, can you travel the same week after receiving the visa? Yes. Once they give you the visa, the passport with your visa today, the same day you are allowed to travel to come to America. The same day. When are you allowed to travel? You can travel from the same day, but don't travel after 6 months, because that visa is going to expire after 6 months. I usually tell people, whatever the case, don't wait until the last month. Maybe something might happen. There might be a volcanic eruption or something happen, and maybe you cannot be able to travel. If you don't travel up to the end of your visa to expire, you'll be in trouble. So you can travel any day from the day you receive the visa until any day you want to travel. That's number one. Number two, there is what we call the green card visa fee, the green card fee. After paying the medical, after paying for the visa, the day you pay for the visa interview, visa fee, you are going to be given the visa. They will give you a piece of paper, the piece of paper which they call the USCIS fee, United States Citizenship and Immigration Services fee. That is the visa fee, is the fee which we say is the fee for the actual green card. So when you win the actual green card, it is just the card which is green. But that card, you have to pay for it despite of getting the visa. You pay for the visa and you'll pay for the actual card to be printed. So if you pay for the card to be printed, that card, you are allowed to pay that money either before you travel or after arriving in America. So there is no restriction that you must pay for that money before you come. So that is up to you. The green card is just like this one, but this is not a green card. Yeah, but this one is a passport card, but the green card is exactly like this one. The green here, it is green also in the front. So you are paying to be this card to be printed, and it is 220. It is 220 for a child, 220 for the adult. It doesn't matter, as long as they're going to print the green card. They will be giving you. You pay 220. So you can pay before, you can pay after arriving here. And let's say you decide to pay after arriving here. It doesn't affect you to start a job. It doesn't affect you to get social security. It doesn't affect you to get jobs and start your life. You can even stay 5 months before your card, but you already have the green card. As long as you have entered in America, it can take time. You can get the card as soon as possible after 3 to 5 months, 3 to 5 weeks. Most of the people, if you have paid before coming here, but if you pay while you are here, it will take more time from the day you pay, at least 6 weeks, maybe. So that is something you need to know. So you can travel at any time. And maybe I can answer some question related to that. And even when you travel, let's say you said you were planning to go to Philadelphia, and now you want to change your mind, you want to go to Missouri. You can change. You don't need to go and tell the embassy, I want to change. You can change. Once you arrive at the first port of entry, you have green card, you can go to any place you go, but you can be able to change the address into the what we call into the system of immigration. Okay. Makege will say, I have a problem. I won the DV 2021 lottery. I have submitted my supporting documents to KCC since 6 weeks ago, but no reply from them. Few things. Number one, did you submit the documents after being told to submit the documents, or you went ahead and submitted the documents before asking to be submitted the documents? That's the first question I can ask you. The second part is, once you submit the documents, if there is no any problem, most of the time they don't respond anything. But if you look at your case status, they'll tell you your case is ready to be scheduled for the interview, meaning there is no any problem. So once your case number is available, the time they want to schedule for the interview, they'll go ahead and schedule for the interview for you without any problem. So for me, you don't need to worry. If you submitted all the documents they want, there is nothing to worry. Fazul from Kenya. David from Nairobi, good morning. Oh, we have someone, John from Australia, Melbourne, Australia. I believe now it is, Australia is already evening. I remember we have more than 15, 16 hours difference. Yeah, it is almost evening, I believe, already on Friday. I've been to Australia, John. I've been in Australia, but I was in Sydney. It is the most expensive country or city in Sydney. I have never been to Melbourne, but I believe it's so very expensive. But the minimum wage in Australia or Sydney is very, very high. So that helps a lot. Oh, Karen from Barbados. Good morning. How are you? Hello, brother Harrison. How are you? When is the DV 2023 begin? The DV 2023 is going to begin on October, usually on the first week of October until the first week of November. What you need to have, make sure that you have the passport. If you don't have the actual traveling passport, find even the temporary passport. But don't do a mistake of applying the DV lottery without passport. It will come to haunt you so bad and will come to regret. Little Lit, your question is, I'm Andrew from Uganda. I was selected for the DV lottery, but I'm still struggling to secure a host from the US. So can I proceed with the DS260? You can start filling the DS260. The good thing about DS260, you don't need to fill all at once and submit it. The only thing is, you cannot go to the next page without finishing that page, the first question in the first line. So you can start filling those one. The question about the host is very far question. It's not the beginning question. That's number one. So you can start filling the DSC 260. Number two is you will never be able to submit the DSC 260 without filling the address where you'll be able to stay in America. That is very important. So what you can do, you can start filling the form, but at the same time, I made a video on how or what are the ways you can use to find a host. Try to go to Facebook groups, find the groups of Ugandans in California or Ugandans in the US, write to them. You never know. Someone will say, I'm okay. For instance, there is one person who is Kenyan asking me to interview someone who I can trust from Kenya or Tanzania. They can be able to host the person for at least a month or 2 months, then you can move away. So there are people who are okay to host another person. So go on social media. And that's what I'm telling people over and over. Try to start, when you follow people on social media, you can follow Chameleon, you can follow Bobby Wine, but also follow people who are not famous. Because those people can be in a position to help you in this situation. Assume, maybe let's say we have been friends on social media, liking the picture, commenting, whatever. Even just from that point, you can create connection with someone. Instead of today you win and can you be my host? But if completely you have difficulties to get someone as a host, what another way you can do, you can find someone, ask the person to use their address, but the person will never host you. That means you never stay at that particular person. So you have the address, you fill the form, because until the interview time, you still have time. In between, you will start finding a host. Once you get the host, you are going to change the address. You ask KCC to unlock and go ahead and change the address. So that means you can put, I'm giving an example, address of a person you know is in America. You ask the person, I'm putting the address, I'm finishing this one, I'm still finding the person to be as the host while you are, DS is already there. Once you get to the person, you ask KCC to unlock and go ahead and unlock and change. But another way, if your name is Andrew, I believe you are Christian, I do not know whether you're Catholic or Anglican, whether Lutheran, go to the church, various churches, write to them, to the pastor. If you are Muslim, write to the mosque, to the imam, ask to them, I want the DV lottery, I have this opportunity to come to America. Will it be possible for someone to host me just for 6 to 8 weeks? And then I will disappear from there. There are so many people who will be happy to help you on that. Wesley say, good morning from Kenya. You are doing great work. Thanks so much. Can I use my police clearance that I took since 4 years when I was in Dubai? First of all, if it hasn't given the expiration date, that's number one, and you have never been to Dubai, you can, in my opinion, you can use it because you have never gone back to that country. You still have it. So that will be okay. Tim McPherson, first of all, how are you? I haven't seen you live in a long time. Yes, thank you for responding to David that the DV lottery will start on the first week of October. Okay, so the question comes from Fonkeng Kingsley. Say, hi, greetings from me. My name is Kingsley from United Arab Emirates. I wanted to find out when will interviews begin for the DV 2022 winners. The fiscal year for 2022 starts on October 1st. So the interviews will start on October 1st, 2021 until September 30th, 2022. That is the fiscal year of 2022. And then October 2022, they are starting the interviews for the DV winners for the DV 2023. So that's why, even when we are talking about the next DV lottery in October, because that is a new year in the fiscal year, because this fiscal year ends September 30th, October 1st is another year. So when the new year starts, that means the new DV lottery starts. So even the DV application will start in October, first week, but the interviews for the DV 2022 will start also on October 1st. So that's how it works. Good morning from Somalia. Thank you. Hi, sir. I'm from South Korea, like Kala. Sise, I think you commented one time, right? And I responded to you to email to me. I'm not so sure if I commented back to your comment. I've been to South Korea twice while I was in the Navy. We traveled a lot. We were in the Busan, small town in southern part, I think. If my geography is not, yeah. I was there one time, and then we went away to Japan, Australia. We came back, we went back to, again to Busan. EBM, I still didn't get my results. Is there any other way to check the entrance results? Lunar Blessing. The way to check the results, you must have the confirmation number, use your last name and the year. Sometimes, I don't know, some situation I've seen some people they've given me even the printed one. You put the confirmation number and there is a problem. Sometimes you have to change, you turn off the TV, the computer, and turn on, or if the phone, and you try again. Make sure that you put the correct one. Yeah. El Sanula. Hi, IBM. Thank you. Hi, IBM. I'm the V2022 winner. First of all, congratulations in Asia. My case number is 24,000. What do you think? Is it good or bad? Usually I tell people from 25,000 from Asia, that's you are starting worrying too much from there. But 2025, that you are still okay. From 25, that is eligibility to start worrying. Emmanuel, okay, so Emmanuel Oben, good morning, elder brother. I'm Cameroonian, writing from Sweden. Please, 9,600, is it a good case number? How can one determine this number on the visa bulletin? So, there are a few things I want to clarify on your question. Number one, you are someone from Cameroon, but right now you are in Europe, in Sweden. When they go to process, they are processing you as African, as Cameroonian. That's why your case number, despite where you are, your case number is AF. So your case number will be 2022 AF 000 whatever 9,600. So that is a very good case number. First of all, how do you determine the case number in visa bulletin? When you go to the visa bulletin, for instance, from the first month of the interview is October. October for Africa, case number, they usually start from 1 to 2,000. Then from 2,000 to 5,000 usually is in November interview. Then up to go to 10,000 in most cases is December. So with 9,600, you are likely to have interview in December or January. So how you want to look, for instance, for this one, you can look at the visa bulletin for December 2021. Or December 2020. You can see what will be the case number. So you are going to look on the visa bulletin, they will tell you which one is going to be. So for this number, usually is in December interview or early January. That is the interview time. But as again, you will be interviewed, your case number is African, regardless where you are, because your eligibility of participating in the DV lottery is based on the country of birth and not the country where you live or the citizenship. You can be Canadian citizen, but you are born in any country in Africa, you'll be eligible. Though Canada as a country is not eligible. So that's something you need to know about that one. Greetings, IBM. My name is Ebrima Jaite from the Gambia. My case number is that one, AF 49,000. This is my first time I applied, and I'm lucky to win. The process of visa will begin October. Yes, the visa will start from October, visa itself. But you are saying you are DV 2020. Are you DV 2020 or DV 2022 because you started 2020? Remember, DV 2020, they already finished, though there is a pending lawsuit. So are you DV 2021, DV 2022 because you put it 2020? If you're 2020, that means the interview were already closed. Will DV 2022 be affected by the current pandemic backlog? This is a very good question from Ejah Ahmed. That will the DV winners, DV 2022, be affected by the current issues, the pandemic, the backlog of visa interviews? Yes, but not to the extent of the effects of the DV 2020 or the effect of 2021. Remember, DV 2020 winners, they faced two things. Number one was the pandemic. Number two was immigration suspension. DV 2021, the first 6 months from October to March, they were not interviewed because the immigration suspension continued that time. So for that particular case, they were not able to process their visa. So the DV 2021, despite of the pandemic, they have 6 months to process the visa for the full year. So DV 2022, number one, they will not have the effect of having a half of the year to process the visas for the full year. They have the visas will be processed for the full year from October 1st to the end of September 2022. So they will have the full year. DV 2021, they didn't have the full year. October, November, December, January, February, and March, there was no interview for the DV lottery winners. Immigration suspension. So this one, they were highly affected. So the DV 2022 will not be affected on the aspect of immigration suspension. That's number one. They will be affected on the aspect of the pandemic. In what sense? In the aspect of the pandemic, in the normal pace of the interviews, many people are called to go to the visa interview at the US Embassy. They are waiting in a waiting room. But now with the pandemic, you have to stay 6 feet apart. So they are not going to bring so many people to be at the visa interview on one day. They have some people they have to wait outside, or they have to create some interview outside. So still the interviews, the speed of the interviews because of the pandemic will be slow. But it will not be as the biggest effect we have seen in the DV 2020 and the DV 2021. So DV 2022, at that time, until October, first of all, many countries will be having the vaccine, and we have been able to find different ways on how infrastructure at the embassies, how to interview personnel will be more people to be doing the interview. So all those kind of things will be able to speed up, and possibly up to that time, DV 2022, they will be maybe allowing to do the interview online. And once you arrive in the US, maybe you can do the fingerprint in the US, maybe. I don't know at the moment. So yes, they'll be affected, but not in a very big negative affected as it is happening to the DV 2021 or DV 2020. Watching from North Carolina, and Anita, I lost my passport. If you're in America, first of all, you had a passport. Have you won the passport and lost the passport? If you have lost the passport, there is no problem. Go and get the police report that you have lost your passport. And if you're in the US, you do the adjustment of status, and you don't need to have the passport to show the police report that you have lost the passport. That's all. While you have applied the passport from your country, from your embassy, to be able to process. When can I start filling my form? If you are the DV lottery winner, you can start filling it right away. If you are talking about applying for the upcoming DV lottery, is until October. My case number, Mariette Isa, my case number is 11,000 Asia. Do I see a chance to get interview? Yes. I submitted my documents October. Yeah, for Asia, 11,000. That's the guarantee you'll get to the interview. Your interview will be in August, July, end of July or August. So there is no problem with that. Your selectee, 28,000, 2022. First of all, the documents, there is no specific time. It's just how many they have received the case, the DS-260, and how they started requesting the documents. It's first come, first served basis. So usually give it 8 weeks after submitting, you might receive the email about the documents. So that is something you needed to know. Sir, is it useful? Yeah, that is a very good question. Sir, is it useful to be in the plaintiff on litigation for Curtis Morrison on that the DV lottery case? For me, because I'm so determined and it is my dream to come to America, if I'm the DV lottery winner, yes, I'll go and become the plaintiff, because I don't want to take a chance, because once the court makes the decision is going to benefit everyone. That is how it is. But this part is going to benefit everyone. The priority will be given the people who are in that lawsuit, the people whose names are there. So if your name is there, you'll be given the priority first. But the rest of the people also, yes, will be able to benefit. If I'm in your situation and I really want to come to America, I'll take my chances. I'm going to put myself there. Unless otherwise my case number is very, very small and I'm confident no matter what I'll be interviewed. But if my case number, I know there is a chance of not being to be in the cutoff line, I'll go into the being in the lawsuit. Okay, there is a question about the marriage certificate from Batani Shisoni. Good morning, EBM. Marriage certificate, is it necessary in which level of the DV lottery? Is it at the time of the interview or during the application of the DV lottery? I'm Batani Shisoni from Uganda, having a wife and children, but no marriage certificate. That's a very good question. When you are going to apply for the DV lottery, there is no question tells you to upload the certificate. Yes, you have a wife and children. You don't have the certificate. You are married on the traditional way. So you are married. There's no problem with that. They don't need a certificate. But if you win, you will never be given the what? Your wife will never be given the what? The visa until you prove that is your wife. And to prove that you are married, there is no any other document. There is no, even if you go to bring a letter from Museveni or bring a letter from Pope, it doesn't count. They want a marriage certificate from the government. And how does it work? Because I get some confusion, some people. You go to the government and you go to register your marriage. They will give you a certificate. They will say this person has been traditionally married maybe since 2004, but the certificate is today. So you don't need to start lying and backdating the forging. Don't forge anything. Even if you have the marriage certificate written the date today, it doesn't mean that you are married today. It says you are going to officially to get the marriage certificate. It's just like today if I go to get the birth certificate. It doesn't mean that today I'm born today. No. Or if I go to apply for the passport today, I will have the date of I'll give the information today, or go to get my, so in the end, the marriage certificate, because you have been traditionally married, it is going to prove to you that you have been married before, you are going to officiate for today's date. So you need to get the marriage certificate from the government. But just for your benefit, you don't need to wait for the lottery to get the marriage certificate. You can go and right now get the marriage certificate. What if you die today? Yes, traditionally they know you are married, but when it comes to the distribution of to your properties, like sometimes you are going to create unnecessary problems among the relatives, because some relatives can say, it's not your wife. How are we going to prove? Give us the marriage certificate. So sometimes it's just better, even if it's not about the lottery, just go and get the marriage certificate from the government for your own benefit, for you and your family. You never know what is going to happen. So, but marriage certificate is required when the KCC, requires the documents, and the marriage certificate is required when you go to the visa interview. It's not required during the application. But if you are not married, I'm telling for other people, if you're not married, don't put married. You are married, you put married. Yes, you can be married, but you don't have the marriage certificate. But if you are married, you are married. But don't put your girlfriend. The woman lives at their home, and you live at your home, and you say it's your wife. You think that it's going to increase your chance. No, don't do that. Hi, Zinet Ongeri. Hi from Kisii, Kenya. My question is, if you are studying in different country for 4 years, but you use it to go back to your country for every 4 to 5 months during breaks, are you supposed to get police clearance for that particular country? If you have been in any country, it doesn't matter what reason you have been there. Let's say you are studying, you are from Kenya, you are studying in Uganda. You stay in one semester. Semester is 5 months. After 5 months, you go to Kenya, stay for 1 week or 2 weeks. That means you have never been consecutively for 6 months. If you come again, is it starting again? So if you have been consecutively 6 months in a country, you need a police clearance. But if you have been there for 5 months in that country, you got out, even if you got out in the state for 2 days, you come back, that is a different story. You have never been consecutively for 6 months in one country. Apart from a host, which other means can one use to fill in the DS260 as required? I'm Andrew. I think your question is still, Andrew, the one from about the host or the address. You cannot, there is no any other shortcut. You must have the address where you are going to stay in America. Otherwise, you'll be in trouble because they cannot give you the visa and you are coming to be homeless here. Yes, Tim McPherson, that's very good comment. You are answering to Emmanuel Oben that you do not need to give your full case number on social media. Better you just you write 10,000, 9,000. That is very good, because for me, I don't need to know exactly number, like 9,201, whatever. I don't need to know the number. If you say my case number is 40,000, I know. If you say 2,000, I know the range. If I know the range, I can tell you when it will be, but you don't need to give exactly. I've already answered the question about the V 2022, if will be affected or not. And you said your case number is 7,000 from Asia. That is very good case number still. You are not going to be affected. Your case number is 2022, 49,000. As you said, don't put a full case number, put just the range number. Start filling the number right now. As long as you have the every document, you have your case number, you have your passport. If you are married, you have marriage certificate, you have every document. Go ahead and fill. You don't need to wait. Thank you so much, EBM. Your information is really valuable to us. Keep it up. You are doing a great job. Thank you so much. Please remember to subscribe. If you are here now, you are first time to come here, thank you so much. And remember to subscribe. I have like 5 minutes. Now it is 1:41 a.m. I have like 5 to 8 minutes. Then I have to go and make tea. And then, which I have to eat to get ready for meeting. Because last week and this week, I'm working from 2 a.m. to 7, 8. Then I'm going to sleep. Then in the afternoon, I work 1 or 2 hours. So Thank you so much. Mr. EBM, I won the V2022 from Tanzania. Wow, congratulations. Yeah, but I need to send my DSC-260 as it still compiles some documents such as passport for my son. So do you think I'm still in safe timing? Yeah, there's no problem. If you are the winner from Tanzania, there is one person here wants to host someone from Tanzania or from Kenya. As long as you are a family, that husband and wife, and if you have a child, there is no problem. But not just one guy, no. Is going to, there is one person is going, because they have a family, so they want husband and wife and a child. And there is another person who is able to host just a woman, just for 1 month to 2 months maximum. So if you're from Tanzania, Mkelo, Nudin, let me know. Just go to my email. Let me write quick right here, ebmscholars@outlook.com. Write to me there, and then I can, or go and write to me on my social media. So that if you haven't got the host, I can interview first. I have to interview. Thank you, EBM, for your restless efforts watching from Dubai. Thank you so much, Bingo. Okay, there is a question from Big Smoke. EBM, please, I'm in Ukraine now. I have a girlfriend in America and I want to move there. Please, I need some guidelines on how to move there. Number one, just to have a girlfriend, you cannot move here with a girlfriend. So the girlfriend will do there, will just invite you just as a friend to get a visiting visa. And there is no guarantee to get a visiting visa because you have to prove that you'll be able to go back to your home country after your visit, and what is the purpose of the visit and everything. There is a video I made about the visiting visa. But your girlfriend, you have a girlfriend in America. What is the immigration status of your girlfriend? If your girlfriend is American citizen, and if you have ever met, you have ever met, because you might be a girlfriend from online. I want girlfriend you have met in person, face to face, and is American citizen. And if you are planning to get married, you can process what is called fiancé or fiancée visa, the K1 visa. That's what you can be able to do. But you must have met in person, and you must show the proof that the relationship has been for quite some time. You have to show that it's not an immigration fraud. So the person in America has to fill certain forms here in America first before they send the documentation for you to go to attend to apply for the visiting, to apply for the, what we call the fiancé and the fiancée visa, K1 visa. That will be the most guarantee way. And once you come here, you must get married within the 90 days. That is a guarantee. You must. That is the instruction for the fiancé visa. Sachini, I've already put my email there already. Zubadia, very happy because my sister won the V2022, but I'm already about it because I think 2021 wins. None of Ghanaians were given the visa. Don't know why. Don't worry, we'll be given the visa. How did you know Ghana was given the visa? Yeah, that's a very good question, because I think I know some people who have interview date scheduled in Ghana. Hi, good morning from India. Rohiti, thank you so much. Please let me ask you a question, brother. You may ask. Okay. Thank you so much, McPherson, for answering this. You can't answer my question. I applied your green card, you the video. I want, but I don't have a marriage certificate. What can I do? Go to your government. There is a department which deals with the certificate of birth, death, and marriage. Without that, you are not married. For US government, even if you live with for 100 years with a woman and have 100 kids, you are not husband and wife without the marriage certificate. Priya Nandani, hi, I'm from Fiji. I know there is one guy from Fiji, won the DV Lottery DV 2020. He's here. Yeah, so he's in California. I won the DV 2022 from Fiji. Your case number is Oceania 2000. Any idea which month the interview? I'm not so sure, but the interview for Oceania 2000, if it will be very late, it will be January. But I believe Oceania usual, before Christmas, you might have Christmas with interview, but very late will be January, I think. I have to look. I'm not so sure. I don't, unless others have to look at the case number for Oceania. But that is a very good case number for Oceania still. Though Oceania usually they take very few winners still. I made a mistake on the date of birth when I was applying for the DV 2022, and now you are the winner. What is the correct date of birth you have to put? So if you put a wrong date of birth, and this I'm answering this question because I know 100%. When I applied for my nephew and he won, I put the month and date, I put in a wrong one. So if you put a wrong date of birth, you have won. When you go to sign in the DSC 260, when you are going to sign in, you have to put the date of birth, the wrong one, the one you used to apply for the DV lottery. That's the wrong date of birth. You are going to use it. But after winning, after signing in, while you are inside the DSC 260, you are going to put the correct date of birth, which is on your passport, and there will be no problem. But when you contact KCC, maybe to unlock something, they ask you the date of birth, you have to put the wrong date of birth because that is the one is the system. But once you sign, you are inside once you want to sign in the DSC 260, you'll be using the wrong date of birth. But while you are inside, you have to put the correct date of birth, which is on the passport. And there will be no problem at all. And I know that 100% because I do that one. Dad will say I'm very I'm done with the medical exam and done April. So even I take the vaccine coronavirus appointment to go to US June. Number one, you don't need a vaccine to come to America if you win. But the medical is just they check, but you have to check, you have to test negative COVID to fly to come to America. But you don't need it to have the, what? Okay, you don't need to have what? The vaccine. I'm sorry, everyone. I have to end right now. My passport expires in 2 months. Can I feel? You can start feeling, but you have to apply for the passport. And then when you submit, then when you get the new passport, ask KCC to change the passport because they will never give the visa on the passport, which is less than 6 months to expire. Hi, EBM, what is the outcome of the DV of 2021 is the hope for the 2022. 2021 have nothing to do with the 2022. Each category is separately. But 2021, we are waiting to hear the law, the lawyers and the court, the decision. Hello, EBM, do you assist single people, male, in finding a host? Asking from Kenya. I don't assist. If someone asks me, I can host someone. That's what, like I announced here. Someone said it's okay to host someone. How can you reach me? Write to me on... I'm putting my email here, EBM Scholars at outlook.com. That email, you can reach me there. Or if you go to my, my social media, you can get me there. Hello, EBM, I've been searching for a host, but none. Is there any person or group willing to host people on agreed period? Not really. You have to keep finding just on these WhatsApp groups, in groups where you can be able to find what I can simply say. Just like you on Facebook, you can be able to try to find people. Yeah, if you have a specific question, you can. My case number is 30,000 from Cameroon. You might, but still the speed is very, very slow. If you are talking about the DV 2021, 2022, there is the guarantee will be interviewed, but 2021 still there is that complication. I have to end right now. I'm so sorry, everyone. Please remember to subscribe to my YouTube channel. This is a Swahili YouTube channel. I have so many interviews. I've been interviewed so many people over there. For this channel, youtube.com/EBM Scholars. Get me there. You can also ask me questions. Sometimes I'm also more into social media. Follow me there. On Twitter, can you be able to get me there? If you are looking for scholarships, ebmscholarships.com, you can be able to find scholarships there. So let me end up here. I have 10 minutes. I have to go make tea, get ready to start meetings until morning. It is 2 a.m., almost 1:52 a.m. So I have to get ready for the meeting. And then I will be live maybe during the lunch break, during the afternoon again. So let me end up here. And I want to say thank you so much, each and everyone. Remember to subscribe to my YouTube channel. And I appreciate everyone for your continued support of my YouTube channel. And I will try my best